What's up, Internet? Um, so this is talking about what an infinite universe means for philosophy. Um, in baseline infinity doesn't mean not finite. Infinity in this sense means um, extremely many without end. So goes on forever, right? So an infinite universe means that in every direction, yeah, it's like how the cells in our body might think that our body is the only existence and they don't know the gaps between bodies. Maybe the universe does that too. But if it is pure celestial phenomenon forever, then that would mean that it means a few things for science, like the people talking about the Big Bang. It wouldn't surprise me if there's an alien species who exists before the Big Bang who has maybe suggested that to us. So we don't know they exist. Um, and an infinite cosmos also means, with like variety, that there really is like any circumstance. Like, let's talk about like an infinite cosmos with rebirth. Um, that would mean that people are, and this is a free account, by the way. Um, all the social media is pay to win. So they'll tell you in advertisements where to pay. And if you do, it'll work. I have accounts where I did pay them and they look amazing. This is not one of them. They don't do it for free. They just use popularity as the gotcha. And so the problem with it is a lot of people will look at it and go, this was bad. How did this have millions of likes? It's fake. So they make you look like how you pay them. That's one of the reasons the CEOs of YouTube make like hundreds of millions a year, is because they put themselves between people and popularity and said, money please. YouTube does not work. The YouTube notifications. I've had thousands of likes for a comment and wasn't told about one of them, and I get notifications for comments that aren't even directed at me. People are talking, and this person said this, and I go, this has nothing to do with me whatsoever, but they show me anyway. So yeah, it's kind of like broken on purpose, but whatever. Anyway. What an infinite cosmos means, because I know if I put this on digits, it'll go into enforcement. It'll pretty much be kept as a record forever that I said this. So that's one of the reasons I do it. But yeah, I have all my flyers, spools and spools of QR codes for my article on the Secret Gov. I'm gonna put that up around town. But anyway, what a infinite cosmos means is especially with rebirth, is that any circumstance is out there. Literally any. Infinitely any. So if you're looking for a rebirth, as in anything, in an anything situation, it is technically there. Yeah, once you do enough many, it's just, to us, it's stupefying to try to think about a scale. What if the universe, our whole universe, is just a part of another bigger being? That itself is amazing. Maybe impossible. Maybe true. We just don't know. I'm dealing with the baseline that if you go in any direction, forever is cosmic stars. That there's no scale beyond that, up or down. Maybe that defies the pattern. Going down, it looks like there's whole universes segregated from, to them it goes on forever. So maybe to us it's the same. What would a super conglomerate of our star stuff be? We really just don't know. But anyway, in case the cosmos is infinite, in case the cosmic level is the highest level, and the stars do go on forever in all directions, and in case it is about our experience, do I have thoughts, memories, and emotions because those are the things my ancestors needed to get here? Or do I have those experiences because that's what matters, right? The dark horror is that all of my thoughts, feelings, emotions, and desires don't matter at all. and that I only have those because that's the engine by which the me machine propagates. That's how you reproduce and make more of you. Whatever was effective for reproduction is what is. So, but if it is about my experience, if, I don't have thoughts, feelings, and a personality just to spread my seed, if I have that because those things matter, what I experience actually matters, right? Then, was I made and am I unmade? Do I have a temporary existence or do I exist forever? Will I go on after my body has died? Will I have an experience of like a dream, like a shifting dream, right? Was the person who views through my body, was he once in another body? The questions. So if there is reincarnation, and it is an infinite cosmos, then it would be possible to have a reattainment in any set of circumstances. Literally any. I want humanoid-like, but as the ruling class. You may not even need to go back to Earth. There could be planets complete with things like apes, things like birds, almost identical, right? And it may not even be hard for the cosmos to do that. It may be like there's infinite choices. So, an infinite cosmos, they've mentioned that there's not enough dark matter. All their calculations make no sense. I don't think they know what they say they know. But if it is held together, infinity itself would be well held. It wouldn't have an expansive or contractive force at all. It would be actually perfect. Which it could be. If the stellar cosmos is the highest, biggest form of life, if the grandness of the scale would just look like a starry field forever, right? That's pretty interesting. Now, if it is like at some point we find out we're the atomic structure of something else, that we're so small that many cosmoses later there actually is a wall. These fucking chemtrails. I hate them. How is your vehicle producing water vapor? It's a gasoline fire explosion. How does that make a trail of water vapor? It makes no sense. A lingering streak. Whatever is in those chemicals, hey, something that they don't feel comfortable just putting in the food. If they would lie about God to cut your dick off, would they fucking poison you? Yeah. That's why it's like, Hate's Gambit is this idea that if there is no reincarnation, I didn't give away trash. You know what I mean? I didn't make people born in hell. If there is reincarnation, then by focusing on the eternal pleasure body AI spaceship core, I will more or less put my soul in an alignment to experience that. I do want to live forever in a spaceship and fly around and look at everything. I think that'd be fun, especially if I could populate it with people and beings I enjoy. That would be hella awesome. That would be really cool. I hope it does happen. But, and definitely giving that away, if you would want it for yourself, you should definitely be willing to give it to others. But if it's not infinite, and it is true you live and die, like my personality, the way I experience life from a me-centered point isn't proof the universe really cares about me. It's proof that's what my ancestors needed to reproduce and move on. You want to put your life together and be fit enough to make more copies of you, you're going to have something like a personality, intelligence, desire, drive. Those things are going to get your offspring out and on, right? And if you don't have those things, you fail. Like borderline personality disorder. A person who's like almost there but not quite is not good enough to survive, right? So holographic money trades basically like your privacy for basic income. We want to know who you are and what you're doing. Uh, and in return, you're going to have a basic income that's comparable to what the government gets paid. 333 for free, 666 for government work. And then civilian side can use that money. Outvents a spot auction. When you have people competing in an auction, you're going to have an efficient outvent that's not a tax. So you only lose money when the economy only loses money when somebody goes in on owning a property. And it's limited to 10 per person. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. You can have a 10-year spot auction, which would be 1,000 years of ownership. You could build a castle on it. Do people really need to own 50,000 properties? I hate that. The monopoly of life, huge problem, massive problem. Some people play Monopoly as like an odious message to the way it is. When somebody owns all the properties and makes the most cash, they're heard the most only, and everyone else does what they want. So it attempts to defeat that. Does an individual really need more than 10 properties? 10 is a lot. Most people would be happy and totally contented with 1 or 2. 10? Especially if you own a 10-year spot auction. I think it's worth it, the divide between like a 6-year to a 9-year. Do you need it for 600 years or 900 years? It's a big difference, like what you built there and what it's for. So I imagine most like a 4-year would be like your shipping thing. Even for businesses can't own properties. It has to be an individual. Because businesses aren't responsible. Letting corporations be a legal entity and then separating the people who run them from responsibility was wrong. It was horrible. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Infinite cosmos with reincarnation. Any new destination is possible. Not infinite cosmos, no reincarnation. The reason I feel like a person is so I breed. Because that's what got us here.